Welcome to Frostline Economics, where we follow incentives, not slogans. Tonight, we're unpacking how Elon Musk turns charisma into capital, rockets that land, satellites that act like infrastructure, an AI lab that doubles as a stage, and a social network rebuilt in his image. If you're new here, hit subscribe and like. It helps more people find deep dive, no fluff analysis. Now, let's trace the loop where attention becomes money, and money becomes power. Charisma isn't magic, it's a market. It has supply, demand, volatility, and if you tie it to visible wins, it compounds. That's the Musk flywheel. Build something improbable, make it visible, absorb the attention, convert it into cheaper capital, better talent, friendlier policy, and earn the runway for the next visible win. Charisma doesn't replace competence, it amplifies it. And the amplifier only hums when the signal is real. So we start with physics, because physics is the only currency that doesn't default. 2 weeks ago, Starship completed its 11th flight test, executed the flip, and finished with a controlled ocean splashdown. It's easy to scroll past that headline. It's harder to ignore the trend. High-energy, high-mass systems getting measurably more reliable in public. That's charisma fuel because it's telemetry, not vibes. Framed as a transition point to the next iteration, faster, more human-rated architecture, this is how belief turns into collateral. Reliability isn't just an engineering milestone. It's credit enhancement for everything downstream. Zoom out. Starlink isn't a gadget. It's a communications layer for places fiber will never reach. When your constellation restores connectivity after hurricanes, wildfires, or during conflict, you've crossed a boundary. Private capability with state-level effects. That's private sovereignty. State-like consequences without an electorate. It's not a conspiracy. It's capability. And capability rearranges power whether we're ready or not. On the AI front, XAI leaned into a proven persuasion loop. Ship, demo, narrate. Grok 4 rolled out with tool use, real-time search, a heavy tier, Premium Plus integration on X, and a demo that mixed math and reasoning flexes with theater. When your CEO is also the MC, the keynote is the ad buy. The cadence keeps belief hot. Risks come with speed. Safety and quality questions never leave. But the release rhythm keeps the story in motion. Limited free access with caps widened the funnel while nudging upgrades. Charisma blended with pricing psychology. Meanwhile, the arena formerly known as Twitter remains the loudest room in the portfolio. In 2025, Brussels continues pressing X under the EU's Digital Services Act. Labels change, policies tweak, and messaging adjusts. But the risk is straightforward. Ads, payments, and distribution sit on a regulatory layer Europe is actively heeding. Even if you don't live in the EU, the global posture of your platform is shaped by the strictest gatekeeper. And because 2025 never misses a spectacle, the Musk-Altman drama reignited right on X, a roadster refund spat that turned into a proxy argument about AI and credit for ideas. Petty? Maybe. But it's a live case study in attention economics. 2 AI barons using a Musk-owned stage to shape the narrative. Attention begets attention. Clicks become culture. Culture prices the next product reveal. Quick pause. If deep, clean analysis is your thing, subscribe and tap like. It tells the algorithm to show serious work to more people, and it helps us keep research first and sponsorships second. Outside the meme cycle, Neuralink continues its quieter drumbeat. The company says 12 people have received its implants so far. Small, absolute numbers, huge symbolic weight. Each participant is a clinical data point and a narrative accelerant. This is real, not sci-fi. Plans for UK clinical work add a geopolitical layer. This is the kind of demonstration charisma loves. Visible, measurable progress that compresses skepticism into curiosity. Tesla remains the promise machine. A roadster showcase looms, wrapped in flamboyant hints, impossible specs, even a flying car vibe teased in interviews. The psychology is classic. split the audience into no way and prove it, then win either way because they watch. Underneath the showmanship, the test is brutal and boring. Margins, factories, autonomy credibility, and the robo-taxi arc. Talk is cheap. Demos debit or credit the trust account. That's the operational ledger that decides whether charisma keeps compounding or gets haircut. On cue, the year delivered a macro provocation. Musk warned that with U.S. debt around the $38 trillion line, a path to de facto bankruptcy is plausible without explosive productivity growth. Agree or not, the pattern is the same. Use a mega mic to pull attention toward a thesis and let sentiment do the heavy lifting. In a world where narratives move capital, that's a strategy, not an accident. Here's the Frostline flywheel: how charisma becomes capital. Step 1. Visible wins. Starship milestones. Grok updates. Neuralink implants. Step 2. Attention. Wins are filmed, narrated, memed, and syndicated. Step 3. Lower cost of capital. Retail conviction rises. Partners and suppliers discount future execution. Talent migrates toward the frontier. Step 4. Capacity. Cheaper financing and better recruiting mean more R&D, more lines, more launches. Step 5. Next win. Repeat until the loop's gravity is self-sustaining. The loop breaks in two ways: stacked visible misses, hardware stalls, safety setbacks, credibility gaps, or regulators successfully pricing externalities, platform fines, privacy penalties, safety mandates, so the cost of attention spikes. That's why Europe matters for X. It's also why every clean Starship splashdown buys not just engineering, credibility, but political cover the next time a minister wants to make a point. Private sovereignty is the uncomfortable headline. When one founder's portfolio can carry astronauts, connect battlefields, host political fights, and ship AI agents, the line between CEO and unelected infrastructure minister blurs. That's not ideology, it's capacity. Who decides which regions get Starlink during a blackout? Which speech gets downranked on X during an election? Which agents get to interoperate with payments and identity? These used to be academic questions. In late 2025, they're operational questions. We also have to price the human side. Inside the machine, veterans describe warp zones. 6 months compressed into 90 days, Tuesday sliding into Saturday. Some thrive on the kinetic pace. Some burn out. The moral math isn't simple, but the economic math is clear. The hidden tax of ambition is human bandwidth. That tax is worth paying only if the wins keep compounding into public goods. Cleaner transport, cheaper launch, resilient connectivity, better assistive tech. Now the term cult, we use it descriptively, not pejoratively. A cult of personality forms when belief in the person is the shortest path to belief in the product, and when disagreeing with the person feels like treason against the future. It's efficient, marketing costs near zero, fans as distribution, and dangerous epistemic authority collapses into one throat. When that throat whispers, markets listen. When it coughs, markets catch a cold. The fix isn't to hate charisma, it's to domesticate it. Charisma should be a public utility for competence, not a substitute for it. That means ritualizing boring excellence, weld quality, pack density, defect rates, mean time between failure, safety margins, stacked into reliability. The miracles everyone remembers, the landing burn, the splashdown, were built from a million unsexy decisions. If charisma can popularize that discipline instead of replacing it, it becomes a civic asset rather than a civic tax. Where does this go next? Best case, the cult metabolizes into culture, process, and reliability that can run without a single nervous system. Charisma recruits belief. Process protects it. Worst case, the loop keeps demanding spectacle, and the public square pays the bill. Hotter takes, colder trust. Musk didn't invent this civilization. He optimized for it. He's the cleanest product of a world that monetized emotion and called it innovation. The bet we're all making, whether we opted in or not, is that physics-backed wins will keep outrunning the side effects. Starship climbs. Grok updates. Neuralink implants, X argues. And the market, as always, prices the story. This is Frostline Economics. We follow incentives, not slogans. We measure the weather where power, technology, and human behavior collide, and we try to name the storm while it's still forming. If this helped you see the system more clearly, subscribe and drop a like. It genuinely changes how far serious work travels on YouTube. And if you want a part 2 on private sovereignty or a deep dive into the EU versus X fight, tell us in the comments. The forecast is changing. Stay curious, stay critical, and stay tuned.